my biblical training was the thing that caused me to want to be in social work. It didn't go the other way around. It wasn't, I wanted to be a social worker and I had to earn a Bible degree. The more and more I studied scripture and the more and more I learned about Jesus' heart for the poor, the more and more I felt compelled to live out a life of service. And my way of living out a life of service is by choosing to be a professional social worker. During my final semester in the social work program, I was required to do an internship that's 4 days a week. The agency that I was placed at is the Philadelphia Access Center. I've been given the opportunity to do several different things there. I've worked directly with clients, but most recently I've been doing program designing and some fundraising and grant writing, and going to community leaders and just like presenting who is PAC and what do we do and how can we help each other. As I move forward into professional social work, there is so much in my personal practice that I have gleaned from my life experience. My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 malignant cancer during my sophomore year. It took us all by surprise, and we had no idea what to do. It was kind of the whole time of just shock because it was so unexpected. It was a difficult time. The whole thing was a difficult experience. She passed away in 2010, and over a year later, I'm still not quite understanding God's plan for that, but knowing that it really had an invaluable impact on my life, knowing that my mom lived a testimony to God's glory. The nature of social work is that you work with people who are broken and hurting all day, every day. That's not about just doing good or just helping people. It's always about reflecting the image of Christ and demonstrating the heart of God's love for the poor, the sojourner, the widow, the orphan, the alien. I don't know how I could be a social worker without having a grounding in the Bible and professional social work training. As I'm a Christian social worker, I am so balanced in my view of people, understanding that they're divinely created, but they're fallen and they need my help, but I'm in the same situation they're in without Christ. I think also experiencing a death in my own family has really empowered me to be able to hear people when they say, I feel like I'm losing everything, or I feel like I have nothing left and no one left. But the difference between my story and so many of their stories is that I know I have the hope and the grace of Christ, and I know I have an eternity promised with Him, and that gives me the strength to carry on. And not only the strength to carry on for myself, but the strength to extend my hands to them and say, come with me, life can be different. I've been hired by the Philadelphia Access Center to be a full-time social worker and community development director and program developer. It's been an amazing culmination of just these last 4.5 years of training, and it's phenomenal to me the fact that everything in my life, everything has shaped me and prepared me and brought me to this point where I've been offered a job doing something that I love in a neighborhood that I love, in a city that I really love. Is such an honor and such a privilege. I'm so happy. My name is Lillie Ostoich, and I walk a different path.